Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work, and I am sitting out here in the cold. I don't have a jacket on. It's about 28 degrees. There's a breeze blowing. It's cold, and I am left out in the cold. The Dallas Cowboys literally have left us out in the cold. This sucks. This freaking stinks. It's almost unbelievable. It is hard to literally take this shit week after week after week. I know that this year is just horse shit. You know, there's been so many people that have lost their jobs, have lost their lives, have lost loved ones. It's terrible. And worrying about whether or not somebody wins or loses a football game, it's not even, at this point, it doesn't matter in comparison to the grand scheme of things of life. But damn it, this shit hurts. I am a lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan. You guys know I am here day after day doing everything I can for my Dallas Cowboys. I buy the gear, I wear it, I try and give it away. This year it's kind of hard to give it away because nobody really wants to wear Cowboys paraphernalia. And where are you going out these days? You're not going out these days because we are on freaking lockdown because of COVID. And speaking of being locked down with COVID, Dez Bryant has had enough of this year. He's just like, screw it. I'm done. I'm out of here. He is so disappointed. I feel bad for Dez Bryant. I wish Dez Bryant had been able to be out on that field and been part of the ones that kicked the Dallas Cowboys' ass, because maybe that would make Jerry Jones feel a little bit worse to see Dez Bryant come through and kick your teeth in with the rest of the Baltimore Ravens, because that's literally what happened. Well, that and the referees helped to kick our teeth in. I don't understand how it is there are so many bad freaking calls. How the hell is CeeDee Lamb not held? Not held on that play before the half. You remember we played the Rams and they called offensive pass interference on Michael Gallup when Ramsey was was literally profiling and holding his arms? We get calls like that against us, and yet here it is. CeeDee Lamb is gets an arm pulled, pulls him around. The official's right there and doesn't get the call. And on top of it, in that same play, Andy Dalton gets a headshot. And they don't call unnecessary roughness. Now, I'm not going to say that the shit's crooked, but the shit's crooked. And Greg the Leg, somebody was saying in the comments, Greg's sewer line. Because how you miss 3 kicks? How you miss 3 of them? I know the weather was a little breeze. You're on the road. It's cold weather. But come on, man. You got one job. One freaking job. Now, I guess in the end, I should be happy. I should be happy because we lost. And right now, we moved up another spot. We're at number 4 at the draft. And if by chance this Dallas Cowboy team, which is, you can see the team playing well in spots. Now, understand. Listen, people are saying, you're making excuses. I'm not making excuses. The facts are the facts. We stink right now as a team. We have a whole new system that we're trying to implement on defense without the right kind of players to go in it. We've got an offense that's gone through 4 quarterbacks. 4 different quarterbacks. We've got an offensive line, and people are like, somebody actually commented in the chat and said, this overpaid offensive line. Listen, the only guy who was penciled in to be a starter on this offensive line was Joe Looney, and the only reason he was penciled in was because Travis Frederick decided in the offseason to retire. You have no offensive line. Zach Martin is on IR. Tyron Smith. It seems like years since Tyron Smith's played. Lyle Collins couldn't even get a practice in a training camp. Everybody is hurt. I'm sorry, Connor Williams. I forgot. Connor Williams is out there. Connor Williams and Joe Looney. You've got guys that were undrafted rookie free agents that are starting on the offensive line. Now, I will say that Zeke Elliott picked it up a little bit tonight. He actually had some decent runs early on, but it wasn't sustainable. And here's where you realize that one mistake by one guy screws you, or one missed call by the officials. They changed the freaking game. Because on the first drive, we started coming out. Zeke's running the ball real good. We got a couple little quick hitting plays and all that. And then all of a sudden we get a holding penalty. And now it's 1st and 20. And then we do screenplay after screenplay, and we lose 4 yards and punt the football. You can't make mistakes. Now this defense, that's what worries me. I'm sitting here trying to understand what the hell happened to Jaylen Smith. Jaylen Smith is making, I'm trying to understand, is it the defense that he just is not comfortable with, or what? But Jaylen Smith had gone downhill last year, but this year, I don't understand. I don't understand. What we were taught was 11 hats to the ball. 11 hats to the ball. Because when that first guy gets a hold of him, the second guy should be coming in there to knock the football out. You don't just stand around and say, oh, well, he's got him. Because I see Jaylen Smith standing around. I see Jaylen Smith jogging on plays. And Xavier Woods has, here it is, this pass is uncatchable. And he jumps on the back of the tight end and ends up giving them a 40-yard penalty, pass interference on an uncatchable ball. And then when Lamar Jackson is running, you see him stop and break down and wait for the move and then takes a bad angle. What happens to attacking the guy with the ball? They're terrible. They're terrible. As much as I've been saying 2020, you give a pass to because you're a new coach and we're trying to bring in a new system with players that may not fit your system, that it takes time to get the right players for your system and for people to learn it. I'm beginning to have doubts about the players that we have right now and the system both. I'm beginning to look at this and saying, maybe you need to scrap a lot of both. Maybe the Mike Nolan hire is not the one for this defense. This is, I will give you this much. They held him under 300 yards rushing, but not by much. This defense is an embarrassment to all of the Dallas Cowboys players that played before. Sorry. They're sorry. And there's no other way to equate that. Now, the hard part for me is live streaming the game. I enjoy it. I love having the interaction, seeing all you great fans, seeing all the ladies with the style and the grace coming up in here, seeing even the trolls coming in and tell you your team is trash. You're trash. I love all that. The only hard part about that is you don't get into the flow of the game, of really watching the intricacies of the game, because you're carrying on the conversation and trying to describe what you're seeing. And so I miss a lot of stuff that I would see if it was just me sitting there watching the game. I'm happy that I have the interaction. But I need to go back through and just dissect this game and literally throw up. Because the Cowboys had opportunities, but the margin for error for this team, because of the lack of talent, because of the injuries, does not give you opportunities to make any mistakes. You have to play mistake-free football. You need coaches to call a game plan that is going to put you in the best position to succeed. And as much as people want to talk about Andy Dalton, the red rifle and all that, I'm sorry. They ain't got no bullets for that rifle. Sorry. Andy Dalton is definitely not the guy and is not the answer. And, where we thought we had the best quarterback situation in the NFL, It's not good. It's just not. So we got 4 games left. 4 more games to solidify our draft position. 4 games for people to audition for a job. 4 games for coaches to prove that they should be here. And I think there's going to need to be a whole lot of tweaking going on this offseason. I think you got to really look around and say, what's the keeper? Because there's a lot of guys on this roster that you need to be able to definitely upgrade. Like I said, Xavier Woods, Jaylen Smith, terrible. You got to get safety. You got to get at least one safety. Cornerbacks. You need some shutdown corners. You need some guys that can do some stuff. And the defense, you need a playmaker. You need a guy that's going to go in there and get you the damn ball. The offense, if you get Dak Prescott back, if you get some of that offensive line back and add a few more pieces to it, you'll be okay. But if we don't ever get a defense, it's going to be the same shit we've been dealing with for the last 25 years. Get an offense that can score some points. You get an offense that'll come back some games. You'll feel good that, oh my God, they look so good. But until we get a defense that can shut people down, that can stop the freaking run, that can get the ball for the offense, nothing's going to change. I'm at least happy that we have a chance at maybe getting some players for next year in the draft. It just hurts watching the Cowboys do this week after week. It just hurts. It hurts the soul. The one thing I would look forward for when COVID hit and people are losing their lives and being stay-at-home orders and just going through hell, the one thing you look forward to was seeing your team play. Feeling that for that 3 hours, that feeling of excitement, you know? Feeling victory. Coming out here and smoking a cigar and having a nice drink. "2020's even taken that away. Well, appreciate you guys listening. I'll see you first thing in the morning. I'll be out and about working in a zone with no Wi-Fi. So there's that. Maybe that'll be good. Keep the faith, y'all.